SOFI update here on the 13th. So if you watched the past video, I talked about I'm looking for this to hit the 930 gap fill. We are almost there. Hit 919 today, and I really think that's going to be it for the stock for the next couple of months. So I'm looking for about 930 to 950. That would fill this gap right here. The 1.61 fib of this A wave is sitting around 955. So potentially 955, but after that, I will be bearish on the stock. And the more I look at this chart, there's two different possibilities. It could be A, B, C, but that doesn't really make any sense because if we're starting a new trend, it has to be impulsive. So I think that this is actually supposed to be a fifth wave here. So that's supposed to be a fifth wave. And so at that point, if it's supposed to be 5 waves, we know we need to retrace at least to the 0.5 fib. 0.5 fib is sitting down here at $7. We have gap fills at 605 and a gap fill at 545. And so if this is a second wave, we are currently in the overall B wave. And so you're looking at something potentially all the way down here to the 1.61 fib at 618, or you can do this. Let's say we go to 930. It might go a little bit past here, but it'd probably fill this gap here at 605. I think on the regular chart, it actually goes down farther. Let's see. Regular chart. Yeah, regular chart 1.61 fib goes to 557. So anywhere down in here, basically, if it's a second wave, we're retracing all the way to, well, on the regular chart, we already hit the 0.5 fib. But I think there's still another wave down. So at least 707, but probably down here to the 0.78 fib. Potentially $6. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. This is a corrective move. I don't think we're ready to start the next move higher. So this has got to be A, this has got to be B, so we know we have another move down. So that would end up being the overall second wave. So we can label this wave 1. The good news is that after this is finished, the next move, depending on how you want to look at it, using the log chart, the next move, I probably should just use a log chart all the time, but the next move for SOFI, if it hits $6, could go all the way up here to $22. So we're almost to a point where even regardless, if this was ABC as well, if you looked at it like this, you're still looking at a move that would take it to $15. So 15 to $22 is coming, but I think there's one more 5-wave move down here to about $6 in the next probably month and a half, 2 months, maybe going into earnings. And then earnings could potentially be the catalyst to start the third wave higher. And the third wave, who knows how high it will go. 15 to 22 could be conservative. I don't know. It just kind of depends on what the overall market does too. I think the overall market will likely go higher. And if we go to $22, we could see $30 before 5 waves is finished. So that's my take on it. Really, all we need to focus on is the short term. And the short term is showing gap fill and then another move lower. So let's take a look at the standard deviations and the moving averages and just kind of get an idea where we're at in the chart. On the daily, we are above the 50 and the 20, but the 20 is below the 50. So even if we come up here to 930, this is not going to be enough for this to cross. So that is bearish right there. On the weekly, we have the 20 still above the 50. If we do make it down here to $6, or maybe we only come down here to 650. and we hit the 50-day moving average. It doesn't have to gap fill here, it's just more likely. And honestly, if you look at this right here, I would say the demand zone is down here at 548. So that would actually go with the gap fill here at 545. So weekly, still bullish overall. Daily is a little bit bearish, and it probably is going to get more bearish. Standard deviation on the daily, we're still close to the top of the range. Down here to $6 is still within -2 standard deviations, and then that would give us enough room to move higher. So that's pretty much all there is to say right now. It's moving exactly as I thought it was going to. 9:30 gap fill, hopefully to tomorrow, I guess today or tomorrow. And we'll see. Hopefully CPI is bullish and they can complete this. I would recommend, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to give you financial advice, but I'd recommend maybe hedging with some protective puts or some covered calls over the next month or two. So make sure your risk management's good. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but that is the update for now. I'll update you if anything out of the ordinary happens here soon. All right, good luck trading tomorrow.